Oh, by the way, I saw Peter Semyonich today.
Oh, by the way, I saw Peter Semyonich today.
Who?
Peter Semyonich, the bachelor. We met him walking through the gardens. An attractive fellow, you remember.
I remember what a loathsome man he is.
You won't think that when you hear what he had to say about you.
Nothing that braggart had to say would interest me.
No, he spoke most enthusiastically about you. He was enraptured by your grace and quiet charm. Something about your eyes and the way they look so adoringly. He certainly had a lot to say. He went on and on. Now, good night, my dear.
Good night. What else? What else did he have to say about me?
Oh, Peter.
Whatever that loathsome man's name is. What else did Peter Semyonich say about me?
Well, that's about it, more or less, what I said.
But you said he went on and on.
That he did.
But you stopped. If he went on and on, don't stop. Either go on and on, or let's go to bed.
Well, he said how much he envied me, and how much he wished he had someone to look at him the way that you look at me.
How does he know how I look at you?
Well, that day in the gardens, he must have been looking at you while you were looking at me. It sent a tingle through my whole body.
The way I looked at you?
Precisely, my dear.
But you were looking at him, so you couldn't have seen how I was looking at you. As a matter of fact, I was looking at the flowers because he made me nervous the way he kept avoiding looking at me. You must have tingled for some other reason.
It's getting rather confusing. The point is that he found you fascinating. I thought that would please you.
Well, it doesn't. I'd rather you didn't tell me such stories. Are you planning to see him again soon?
Oh, yes, tomorrow for lunch.
Well, I would rather not be discussed over lunch. Tell him that. And at dinner you could tell me what he said. Good night, Nicky.
Good night, my angel.
Good night, my love. I'm spellbound by my own powers. I succeeded in not only piquing her interest, but causing her heart to flutter at the mention of my name. The same man she called loathsome not 2 minutes ago. And all of this was accomplished, mind you, while I was at home taking a pine-scented bath. Luncheon the next day was not only nourishing, but productive. Oh, by the way, I saw Nekrasov yesterday, the artist. It seems he's been commissioned by some wealthy prince to paint the head of a typical Russian beauty. He asked me to look for a model for him. I told him I knew just the woman, but I didn't dare ask her myself. What do you think of asking your wife?
Asking my wife what?
To be the model, of course. That lovely head of hers. It would be a damn shame if that exquisite face missed a chance to be immortalized for all the world.
For all the world? Really? Huh. I see what you mean.
Why don't you discuss it with her?
Good idea, Peter. I'll discuss it with her. So, I told him I would discuss it with you. What do you think, dear?
I think it's nonsense. How did he put it to you? I mean, did he actually say a typical Russian beauty?
Precisely. And that it would be a damn shame if that exquisite face missed the opportunity to become immortalized for all the world. That's exactly what he said.
He gets carried away by his own voice. Those exact words, you didn't leave anything out?
Let me see. Oh, yes, that lovely face. I left out that lovely face. He mentioned that several times, I believe.
He does go on, doesn't he? How many times did he say it? So once, twice, what?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to remember.
Well, it's not important. But in the future, I wish you'd write these things down.
Have you seen me near her? Have you heard me speak to her? Has any correspondence passed between us? No, my dear pupils. And yet, she hangs on my every word, uttered by her husband. Awesome, isn't it? We apply this treatment for 2 to 3 weeks. Our resistance is weakening, weakening, weakening.
I think his mind is elsewhere, if you ask me. Probably on some woman, no doubt, from the looks of him.
What woman? Has he mentioned any woman in particular?
Oh, no. He's much too discreet for that. He would protect her good name at any cost. Instead, he talks about you all day. Poor fool. I'm beginning to feel sorry for him.
Well, it's really none of our concern, Nicky. Did you invite him to dinner tomorrow?
Oh, he's busy.
The day after, then?
Busy.
Next week? Next month? When? Doesn't the man eat?
Well, he says he's involved in a very important project, and the It'll be months before he can see us. He did say, however, that with patience and persistence, good things will come to him. Oh, and by the way, he thinks you should go on the stage.
The stage? Me on the stage? Why in heaven's name?
Well, he said that. Just a moment. I don't want to misquote him.
No, take your time. Try to get it as accurately as possible.
Oh, yes. He said, with such an attractive appearance, such intelligence, sensitiveness, it's a sin for her to be just a housewife.
Oh dear, he said that?
And that ordinary demands don't exist for such women.
Mickey, I don't think I want to hear anymore.
And natures like hers should not be bound by time and space.
Mickey, I implore you, please stop.
And then he said, if I weren't so busy, I would take her away from you.
He said that?
Yes, right there.
What did you say, Mickey? It's important I know what you said to him then.
Well, I said, go ahead then, take her. I'm not going to fight a duel over her.
Mickey, I don't want you to discuss me with him anymore. I beg you not to mention my name to him ever again.
I don't, my dear. He's the one who always brings up the subject. He's actually accused me of not understanding you. He shouted at me. She's an exceptional creature, strong, seeking a way out. If I were Turgenev, I would put her in a novel. The passionate angel, I would call it. The man is weird, definitely weird.
He's delivering my love letters, sealing them with kisses, and calls me weird. I ask you. So, let's see what we've got so far. The poor woman is definitely consumed with a passion to meet me. She is sure that I am the only one who truly understands her. Her yawning, disinterested husband transmits my remarks, but it is my voice she hears. My words that sing in her heart. The sweet poison is doing its work. I am relentless. Well, there is no room for mercy in the seducing business. Observe how the final stroke is administered. Oh, for the faint-hearted, I urge you to look away.
No, Nicky, I don't want to hear. Not another word from him. Nothing.
Exactly, that's what he said. He begged me to tell you nothing. He said he knew because of your sweet and sympathetic nature that it would cause you to worry, to hear of someone else's distress.
He's in distress?
Oh, worse. He's gloomy, morbid, morose, in the depths of despair.
Oh, no. But why? What's the matter with him?
Loneliness. He says he has no family, no real friends, not a soul in the world who understands him.
But doesn't he know we understand him perfectly? Doesn't he know how much we appreciate him and commune with him daily? Doesn't he know how much we yearn to be with him? You and I.
I tried to make that clear. I urged him to come home to dinner with me, but he says he can't face people, and he's so depressed he can't stay at home. Instead, he wanders through the gardens where we met him every night.
What time?
Between 8 and 9. Oh, by the way, we're invited to the Visconti's tomorrow night for dinner. Is 8 o'clock all right for you?
Oh, no, I'm visiting Aunt Sophia tomorrow. She's ill. I'll be there at 9, or a little after.
Please, no applause. Well, I couldn't have done it alone. I share that honor with my good friend and collaborator, her husband. Doing her so successfully, there isn't a carriage fast enough for her to be in my arms. She ran all the way. Observe. And now for the conclusion. Oh, you will understand if I ask you to busy yourselves with your programs or such. Well, the next few moments are private, and I am, after all, a gentleman. My love, my dear sweet angel, at last I can speak the words I've loved.
No, not a word, not a sound. Please, I couldn't bear it. Not until you've heard what's in my heart. For weeks now, I've been in torment. You've used my husband as a clever and devious device to arouse my passions, which I freely admit have been lying dormant these past 7 years. Whether you are sincere or not, you have awakened in me desires and longings I never dreamt were possible. You appeal to attack my every vulnerability, and I surrender. I'm here, Peter Semyonich, if you want me. But let me add this. I love my husband dearly. He's not a passionate man, nor even remotely romantic. Our lives together reach neither the heights of ecstasy nor the depths of anguish. We have an even marriage, moderate and comfortable. And in accepting this condition and the full measure of his devoted love, I've been happy. I come to you now knowing that once you take me in your arms, my marriage and my life with Mickey will be destroyed for all times. I'm too weak and too selfish to make the choice. I rely on your strength of character. The option is yours, my dear Peter. Whichever one you choose will make me both miserable and eternally grateful. I beg of you not to use me as an amusement, although even with that knowledge I would not refuse you. I'm yours to do as you will, Peter Semyonich. If you want me, open your arms now and I will come to you. If you love me, turn your back and I will leave and never see nor speak to you again. The choice, my dearest, sweetest love of my life, is yours. I await your decision. God bless you, Peter Semyonich. I wish life brings you the happiness you've just brought me.